Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you're getting a mirror finish is sand the lacquer with 2000 grit paper. Okay, use some water with fairy liquid in it. Keep your sandpaper nice and wet. It doesn't matter whether you sand in line with a grain or not, because we're not sanding wood here, we're sanding lacquer. Always use a block. And the idea is here, we're trying to get it as flat as we possibly can. Now, if you've got a few pieces of dust and stuff settled on the lacquer when you sprayed it, it doesn't matter because this paper will take it out. So, keep sanding it, and make sure you have a rag, because you don't want to get the lacquer too wet, so just keep drying it off as you're working. And always work into the light so you can glint your piece in the light, and you'll soon see as it dries if there's anywhere else that needs sanding. I can see I've got a bit of a build up of lacquer there, so that's just going to need a little bit more sanding. So I'll just sand that a little bit more. Watch yourself when you put the sandpaper down, it doesn't pick up any more bits of dust or anything. Keep listening. If you hear anything scratching, anything like that underneath your block, just stop straight away and clean it off. And always check your paper for any build up of lacquer on the paper as well, because that can make scratches. Just on the edges, be careful on the edges you don't cut through. We'll be polishing those edges by hand, obviously, because the machine won't get something so thin. Okay, just give them a gentle sand, try and keep your block square. And that is now ready for G3. Ready to polish, so I've just screwed down a couple of little bits of wood there to hold the piece in place. I've got my G3, water, polish machine with a mop. Okay, so just you want to keep your mop a little bit wet to help it lubricate. You can soak the mop right in the water, but then when you turn it on it splats everywhere, so you might just want to do it how I did it. Get a nice soft cloth, put your G3 wherever your G3 in. Obviously if you're doing a big area, don't do too much at a time, just take a small amount at a time. And then when you polished it, cover it over with a blanket or something while you work on to the next piece. Some water on there. Now, it's quite an aggressive head I've got here, so I'm just going to be going nice and slow. Let's just work that a little bit and you'll see a shine beginning to come. Now you'll still see, even with 2000 paper, a lot of scratches, but at this stage you can see if you need to do any more sanding, anything like that. So like I say, always work into the light so you can see your piece glinting in the light. Now there is a couple of defects there, but as this is the back I'm not going to worry about that too much. Okay, so I'm going to put some more G3 on. bit more water. And hit it again. Don't let it get too dry. And be careful on the edges, because you can cut through the lacquer with this and G3, because obviously it is taking a little layer away every time. If you cut through the lacquer, you'll see a ring, and you'll only be able to see it from a certain angle, but you don't really want rings in it. So just keep working that and you'll see all the little scratches disappearing, and it will come up to a much more shiny finish. So I can see the finish starting to come now. No scratches left by the 2000. I'm just going to keep going over it with a bit of water. Okay, I've just gone over that with a bit of water to clean off the G3, and that's coming along nicely now. So I'm just going to turn it over and do the other side. A little bit more water on the mop. These are small and fiddly, but I've done this on all kinds of shapes and sizes, pieces of furniture, and obviously like tabletops and things like that are a lot easier to do than something small and fiddly like this. You get a blob of G3 that builds up and sticks to the surface, just wipe it off with some water. Don't try and burn it away with the mop, as you can heat the lacquer up too much and make it go white.